melanistic fox. When you think of the world's most beautiful wild animals, foxes probably don't spring to mind. But have you ever seen one like this before? This is the incredibly rare and majestic cross fox, which was once abundant in America until they were largely killed off in the late 19th century, thanks to high demand for their unique fur. Cross foxes are almost identical to red foxes, but they have a larger, bushier tail with more wool under their feet. The cross fox was given its name thanks to the long, dark stripe running down its back, intersecting another stripe to form a cross over the shoulders. Their incredibly unique coat is the result of a partially melanistic variant. Melanistic is basically the opposite of albinism, meaning that an abundance of dark-colored pigment is produced under the skin. Although melanistic foxes make up about 30% of the Canadian fox population, they're still a very rare sight to see. But there's an even more elusive kind, the silver fox. These mysterious foxes are a fully melanistic version of the cross fox created through years of breeding. As you can see, they have a glossy black undercoat with a top coat that looks like they've been dusted with silver, as well as some white coloring on the tip of their tails. One thing's for sure, you'd be incredibly lucky to see one of these foxes raiding your bins. Pink dolphins. Pink dolphins may sound like something from a fantasy land, but they're about as real as they come. These rosy-hued ocean dwellers are actually known as the Chinese white dolphin. These creatures are beloved by the people of Hong Kong for their pale pink coloring and apparent abilities to bring good fortune. They were first recorded in local waters as early as the 1600s and inhabit the waters surrounding the Pearl River estuary. But the Chinese white dolphin is facing a number of threats to its natural habitat, including overfishing, water pollution, and heavy marine traffic along with constant coastal development. According to WWF Hong Kong, there has been a staggering 80% drop in dolphin abundance in Hong Kong waters over the past 15 years, all thanks to human interference. The most recent government estimates indicate an average of just 32 Chinese white dolphins left in Hong Kong waters, a historic low. In June 2020, WWF released an emergency action plan to protect the remaining population. If that doesn't work, they almost certainly face extinction. Do better, humans! Vitiligo Rottweiler. Dogs come in all different shapes, sizes, and colors. Rottweilers are usually black with brown markings around their face and paws. But take a look at this ice-cool dude. He may look like one of those inverted photographs, but this pup's unique markings are actually the result of a condition called vitiligo. Animals who have vitiligo are unable to produce pigment in the skin, causing light white patches to appear sporadically throughout the fur. Although any animal or breed can be affected, vitiligo tends to appear most in Rottweilers, Doberman Pinschers, and Siamese cats. The most commonly affected areas in dogs include lips, nose, eyelids, face, and foot pads. Vitiligo is also fairly common in humans, affecting between 0.5 to 1% of the population worldwide. The condition can be improved where it occurs in people using immunosuppressive medications or ultraviolet phototherapy. But there is no effective treatment in companion animals. Thankfully, it has no effect on the animal's quality of life. Besides, it looks pretty badass. Albino turtle. Albinism affects pretty much every animal you can think of, but some are harder to come by than others. In fact, albino turtles like this one are some of the rarest creatures in the world. This tiny white turtle was discovered by researchers on a beach in Queensland's North Shore coast, Australia in 2016. 5 volunteers from the Coolum and North Shore Coast Care Group first saw the albino anomaly while gathering data on turtle nests and named him Albie. He was just one of 122 hatchlings that made their desperate sprint to the ocean, but this albino straggler was left lying on his back. According to Colin Limpus, chief scientist with Queensland's government's Threatened Species Unit, only 1 in 10,000 animals are born albino. But Albie is far rarer. Only 1 in 1,000 sea turtles will survive to maturity. And albino turtles' chances of survival are even slimmer because they have no camouflage. Limpus estimates that albinism in sea turtles probably occurs in one of many hundred thousands of eggs that are laid. There's no record of an albino turtle living long enough to nest, so Albie will likely have a tough life ahead of him. Albino panda. Although albinism can occur in basically any animal, that doesn't mean albino variants have always been observed by humans. On May 27, 2019, researchers were stunned when an incredibly rare albino panda was spotted walking through a nature reserve in China. Footage of the all-white panda was captured on an infrared camera in the Wulong Natural Nature Reserve in Sichuan Province, and was studied by researcher and bear specialist Li Shang. As you can see, the panda was completely lacking in the usual black marks that characterize the species, and it also had red eyes, a common sign of albinism. Mr. Li said that the panda sighting showed that albinism genes exist in the wild population of giant pandas in Wulong, which is a breakthrough discovery. Although this panda could be impaired by its condition thanks to its poor eyesight and lack of camouflage, Li also noted that the bear looked strong and his steps were steady, suggesting that its quality of life wasn't significantly reduced. I wonder what this cutie is up to right now. Akal Teki horse. The Akal Teki horse is considered to be one of the most breathtakingly beautiful horse breeds in the world, and it's easy to see why. With its slender yet muscular body and otherworldly fur, which seems to shimmer like gold in the light, this horse looks more like a perfectly sculpted statue than a living, breathing animal. In Turkmenistan, where this is the national horse breed, the Akal Teki horse is known as the Golden Horse. This breed was first developed in response to the desertification of Central Asia and was used by nomadic tribes to travel long distances. Although it is already a fairly rare breed, the population of Akal Tekis is also threatened by factors like inbreeding within the population. Today, there are less than 7,000 Akal Teki horses left in the world, and they have been placed on the conservation priority list. Thankfully, there are several breed groups and organizations working to conserve these beautiful animals. Wouldn't you just love to ride one of these bad boys into the sunset at the end of your life? Chimeric cat. Wouldn't it be great if you could blend two of your favorite colors together to create the perfect pet? This one-of-a-kind feline is Venus, the two-faced tortoiseshell cat, and she's become something of an internet celebrity for her unusual appearance. Venus was found on a dairy farm in North Carolina and adopted in 2009. As you can see, one half of her face is a solid black with a green eye, while the other has typical orange tabby stripes and a blue eye. She's often referred to as a chimera, which is a monster made from different animals in classical mythology. Feline chimeras occur when two embryos fuse together, resulting in a cat whose cells contain two types of DNA. But chimeric cats aren't that rare. In fact, most male tortoiseshells are chimeras. This can be seen by their mottled orange and black coat, which is a sign of an extra X chromosome. Females already have two X chromosomes, meaning Venus is even rarer. Although we can't be sure, one theory is that the black coloration was randomly activated in all the cells on one side of her face, while the orange coloration was activated on the other, with the two meeting in the middle as she developed. But her odd eyes have experts stumped. It seems like Venus might be a true one-off.